Thursday Meditation, October 27th, 1977. LL Research, channeling Hatonn and Laitos. Carla, channeling. I am Hatonn. I greet you in the love and the light of our infinite Creator. As always, it is a blessing to speak to this group, and above all, I would like to greet those whom I have not greeted before, and to welcome back to the group one who has been absent, and to touch each of you with the love of my brothers and me. That love is always with you, my friends. We of the Confederation of Planets, in the service of the Infinite Creator, are here not to walk among you and trade with you, not to stand in your seats of government and change your laws, not to affect those forces which have authority over you. For as it says in your holy works, we are very willing to render unto Caesar those things which are Caesar's. We are not here to be an authority over you, for it is our understanding that you are in authority over yourself. Perhaps not in this illusion completely, but we are beings of reality, and we do not wish to deal with the illusions of government and society, for although they are very real to you and are necessary for your learning at this time, they are transient, and we wish to speak to that part of you that is not transient. We would tell you a little story about a young man. We shall call him John. John was a fine young man, intelligent and well loved by all who knew him. He was successful in his work, and he achieved all that he wished to achieve very easily. But there was one thing he could not achieve. He could not achieve wisdom. He could not achieve peace of mind. He could not achieve joy. In other words, my friends, he was not free. He was not in a state of love. And so he collected money, great quantities of money, for he knew that with money one could buy much. And he went to one teacher after another, attempting to buy wisdom. And he found beautiful tracts of land, and he bought them. And he took his teachers and gave them land. He spent many years attempting somehow to, shall we say, plug himself in to freedom. He gave all that he thought he had. And all he found, in the end, were many, many words, many actions, but no peace, no joy, no freedom. For he was always conscious of himself. He was always figuring. He was always self-aware. He could not get free and into a space in which he was so completely himself that he was a channel for joy. Finally, John, who was no longer a young man, who was no longer handsome and no longer rich, for he had given all his riches away, despaired, and he went into the mountains. Mountains which were no longer his. And he did not take food, and he did not take bedding, for he was truly in despair. And it came to him suddenly that he might pray as he had done often in the past. But this time, my friends, it was different. He had nothing to give, and so he opened himself up, just a crack, and was almost blinded by the light that came through as he opened himself, no longer proud, no longer conscious of himself, but in total honesty, saying, "Father, I have nothing but what I seek." Once he had opened himself, he became suddenly joyful. And after a timeless moment on his knees in the pine needles, in the gray of evening, he arose. And he reached and hugged the trees and he capered and danced and sang, and he was totally free. And he looked around, and suddenly the world was whole, and he had everything. My friends, what this man John did with the rest of his life is not important. He had a mission which he had brought with him into this experience, and he was no longer blocking. He had a simple mission, and that mission was to be, and by that being, to give light. When he realized who he was, he no longer blocked the light. My friends, each of you has his belongings, both physical and mental, both emotional and psychic. These things are the baggage of the illusion. Some are more useful than others, but all are less than central to reality. We ask you to meditate, and in that meditation, bring nothing but the simple perfection of yourself. Do not try to offer qualities and specifics, but in meditation, open your heart to wisdom. Nothing less, my friends, nothing more. Imagine what you brought into this existence that you call your physical life, and what you will bring when you leave. And know that that, and only that, is what you are attempting to open within this illusion to the light of the Father, as we may call him. Call the Creator what you will, but know that reality is very simple, and that true freedom lies not in being somebody, not in great action, not in great movement, but in the state of your heart at any given moment. Go in meditation to that reality and feel yourself blossom. At this time, I would like to pause and then allow my brother Laitos to work with the newer channels. For the present, I will leave you. I am Hatonn. I am Laitos, and I greet each of you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. It is a privilege to work with you, and I would like to say to those of you who wish to experience contact such as this instrument receives, or to experience vibrations which this contact is carried upon, that it is only necessary for each of you to mentally request this contact, and we will be with you. May we say to you, my friends, not everyone experiences contact in the same way. Not everyone desires to give service by being a vocal channel. Yet, we hope and feel that it is true that our vibration, which is intended as a strengthening or underlining of your own vibrations of meditation, will be helpful to you. So, if you will relax and request our presence, I and my brothers will work with each of you. We will specifically call on a few who are attempting to gain some skill in speaking our words. May we say how grateful we are for these channels, for as you know, my friends, many of your peoples desire to hear our words of, shall we say, comfort, or words of challenge regarding the spiritual path. And many find it difficult to accept these words from other sources, but find it, perhaps, acceptable through instruments such as these. Therefore, we are very grateful, for without instruments such as you, we could not fulfill our mission of making available this information without, shall we say, infringing upon your free will. For you can believe or disbelieve as you wish, for after all, you are only sitting in the dark and listening to one of your brothers or sisters. This satisfies us, for we are not perfect and would never insist that we are right. We wish only to share our understanding as we know it with your peoples. I will now attempt to speak a few words through the one known as B, if he would relax. I am Laitos. B. Channeling. I am Laitos. Inaudible. I am again with this instrument. The instrument is in need of further conditioning. We wish at this time. Carla, channeling. I am again with this channel. I am Laitos. We are grateful to use the one known as B, and we offer him this advice. We find this instrument very sensitive, and each time we begin to work with him again, we overstimulate the receptive centers. It is almost as if there were a, shall we say, psychic allergy to beginning the contact due to eagerness. Therefore, we suggest to the channel that as he accepts the contact, he allows even as long as minutes to go by during the conditioning process. Each of those in the group will be patient, and in this way the oversensitivity will recede. This sensitivity is a very valuable trait in that it is akin to compassion. And compassion is extremely important as one works along the path of spiritual development, as you might call it. It is simply to be tempered with discipline. Compassion and discipline. These two in balance create wisdom. We would like now to attempt to speak just a few words through the one known as G, if she would relax and allow us to speak through her. I am Laitos. Carla, channeling. I am again with this instrument. I am Laitos. We thank the one known as G. We are pleased and will continue to work with the instrument. We would like now to speak through the one known as J, if she would relax and cease analyzing any spontaneous thought and simply speak them as she receives them. I am Laitos. J, channeling. This is Laitos. Inaudible. Carla, channeling. I am Laitos. I am again with this instrument. We are very happy that we have made contact with the one known as J. And we are sorry that we, as you might say, blew her circuits. It is very difficult to monitor the contact when it is first recognized, for it is a powerful vibration. It will be easier and easier. Meanwhile, we thank the one known as June. We would like to go now to the one known as M1, if she would relax and speak our thoughts as she receives them. I am Laitos. M1, channeling. I am Laitos. I am now with this instrument. Carla, channeling. I am again with this instrument. I am Laitos. We would like to condition the one known as M1 and try to say just a couple of sentences through her before we go on. Therefore, if you will be patient, we will pause and condition the instrument. M1, channeling. I am Laitos. I am working with this instrument. And I would. Carla, channeling. I am again with this instrument. I am Laitos. And as this instrument would say, hip hip hooray. We are very happy, for we are making good contact tonight, and we appreciate and love the one known as M1, and each of you who are attempting to be our instruments. for we love those of your planet very much, and we are most grateful for your aid in sharing with the peoples of the planet. If you would be patient just a little longer, we would like to attempt to say a couple of sentences through the one known as M2, if he would relax. We realize that it is very difficult to still the conscious mind, for our thoughts and your thoughts, my friends, are indistinguishable except for the fact that we think our thoughts and you think your thoughts. Therefore, when we place a concept within your minds, it feels very much like your thought, except for the fact that you did not generate it. Therefore, in order to receive these thoughts clearly, it is necessary for you to not analyze, but simply to repeat the thought that you have received. If the one known as M2 would desire this discipline and service, we would now attempt to say a few words through him. I am Laitos. Carla, channeling. I am again with this instrument. We would like to thank the one known as M2, and we will continue to work with him at any time he may desire. We would like to, before we leave this instrument, attempt to contact the brother known as T. It has been quite some time since we have worked with this instrument, and we would very much like to, shall we say, touch base. I am Laitos. T, channeling. I am Laitos. We are pleased once again to speak through this channel. It is often difficult to re-establish contact. Inaudible. Carla, channeling. I am Laitos. We were attempting again to reach the one known as M1, and we tell her this so that she will know that she was not imagining or creating the contact herself. We simply wish to close and offer the meeting back to our brothers from Hatonn. We leave each of you, but not truly, my brothers and sisters. We do not leave you. We are everywhere, for we are not limited, as are you. We are sensitive to the vibrations of seeking, and where that vibration is, there are we. You must know that you have many aids, many guides, many friends. Much strength is about you. The forces of what you call good are all about. You have only to desire. By this, we mean seriously desire this contact, not only with the brothers from the Confederation of Planets, but with, shall we say, the good guys of your own planet. For you have your guides and your angelic forces that create about your planet an extraordinary beauty. Therefore, if you seek comfort, contact, understanding from the thoughts that we can share with you, mentally request our presence, and I and my brothers will be there. Perhaps you will not feel us physically. This varies from person to person. But where it counts, my friends, in what you call your subconscious, if you are seeking, if you open to the good, to the truth, and to the beautiful, those qualities that are not qualities but merely the names of one thing, and that one thing is love, will come to you. Seek, and you shall find. We are servants of you all. I leave you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. I am Hatonn, and I am again with this channel, and I greet you once again in the love and the light. Before we close the meeting, we would open the meeting to questions. If anyone has a question, please ask. J. I had a dream about Bing Crosby. I was wondering if his spirit had visited mine. Hatonn. I am aware of the question. We spoke earlier of the fact that we do not need to be limited to a physical body, but that we can be aware of everything at once. This is true of reality. There is no time and there is no place, and all things occur simultaneously. However, within your vibration, you are caught in the tide of time and in the shore of space. However, from time to time, there is a small hole in the veil of the illusion, and you are a witness to the future or the past. It was this type of experience that you described. The, as you call it, soul of the one known as Bing Crosby was not a visitor of yours. Rather, you became aware of that part of the record which had to do with events that would occur in the future. This is a skill which has its uses among your peoples. It can be a healing skill, for if you can begin to know that which is occurring, you can then offer your love and your light in such a way that you can mitigate the extremes of difficulty that you may have seen. For the future is not certain until it comes up on the shores of your particular moment. Therefore, until that wave of time rolls in, you can change that which is to be. Perhaps not completely, but in intensity, certainly. Does this answer your question? J. Yes, thank you. Hatonn. We thank you for the privilege of speaking with you. We do wish to encourage those who have a gift of higher sense to offer that gift for good, as you may call it, and conscientiously attempt to use it and not abuse it. But certainly, my friends, not bury it, for the higher gifts are those of light, and as such, you should not hide them under the bushel. Is there another question? W. I desire to channel, and I wonder if my posture sometimes distracts me, because sometimes during meditation I feel numb. Have you some suggestions on better posture and concentration for channeling? Hatonn. There are no certain answers to your question on posture. We have said this before. The posture that aligns the physical body with the physical channel is the posture which your yogis adopt. However, there are very few people who can do this comfortably. Therefore, we often have suggested that you find that posture which is comfortable, and if that be horizontal, vertical, or even standing on your head, which is of course doubtful, but if it were comfortable, we would suggest that you adopt this, regardless of the biases which others may have about your posture. For instance, the instrument through which I am talking now is not in a very good position for the free movement of psychic energy. Consequently, she often overheats. However, were we to insist that she sat in such a way that the chakras were firing totally in a vertical line, we would lose this channel, for her discomfort would be such that we could not use her. Consequently, we prefer that she overheat. We suggest that you experiment with the comfort factor in mind. Moreover, we would suggest that the main barrier to channeling in almost each and every channel is the working of the conscious, intellectual mind. No matter what the conscious desire of the channel, it is such an ingrained habit to analyze and judge what one says before one says it, that blurting out in front of other people that which are not sure may be intelligent sounding is completely foreign to your nature. Thus, The thing to do is to get comfortable and then to put your concentration on the one thing that is truly keeping you from being contacted consciously. And that is the stilling of the conscious mind. When you are sending, you cannot receive. It is very simple, but it is very difficult. Does this answer your question? W. Yes. Hatonn. Is there another question? I will leave you now, my friends. There has been much talk this evening about the damage that your peoples may wreak upon each other. You have heard from this source and from many others, we are sure, that there are very difficult times ahead. So we wish to leave you with this thought. It is written in your holy works, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil." Do not fear evil, my friends. You may be hurt. Those about you may be hurt. This is part of your experience, no more and no less. You and all of those in your experience will die. It may be from one cause, and it may be from another. Do not fear evil, but seek only to fulfill that which you came to do. We assure you that the shadow of death is as bad as it will get. The sun will shine, the skies will clear, and that which your peoples will do. Sadly, the tape recording this session ends here, thus ending our transcript.
Go forth then, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one infinite Creator.